4 things I want to share with you that changed everything for me. Number 1, I started studying super successful people. Not mediocre successful people. Super successful people. Because prior to this, I had been studying anyone that had any level of success. Now, I grew up in the middle class. How many grew up in the middle class? Good. I grew up where we had bicycles. My mom had a car. We had gasoline in the car. We had food. I was fed 3 meals a day. My dad died when I was 10 years old. My mother was there to take care of me. I came from a really good household. Okay, there was plenty of love. There was a lot of nurturing. There was plenty of food. There was something in the refrigerator at all times. There was some guidance. You understand what I'm saying? So the first thing I did was I started studying successful people, and I discovered something at 25 years old when my life and my business weren't working well. That super successful people was they used a different way to build their business than I was using. I was stuck mostly in a sales cycle from the age of 25 when I started my first company at 29 actually till the age of 45. For those 20 years, I was stuck in a sales cycle. And what I studied about super successful people is they spent a lot of money marketing and advertising, okay? Now, my mom was telling me not to do this. My brothers, my sisters, the people surrounding me, the people I work with, were not spending money on marketing and advertising. Okay, number 2, successful people. Successful people are not seeking money, they're seeking freedom. I'm talking about the top of the food chain. You guys should be studying the top of the food chain. You should not be studying your buddies. Study the top of the food chain. They are available for study. Read everything they've done. If I read Warren Buffett, I take Warren from the beginning to the end, and I read everything he's done. I go deep on one guy. I don't study a bunch of people. In the beginning, I'm like, is the dude about money? No, the guy was about freedom. What is freedom? Freedom, man. I get to do what I want, when I want, as long as I want. How I want, I get to say what I want to whoever I want, and I get to cut a customer out of my face if I want to. How many of you like to get rid of some of your customers? Like, get out of my office. Leave my office. I don't want to do business with you. Okay? I want to do business on my terms, not your terms, and not the marketplace's terms. And I don't want a competitor pushing on me. I want to have enough flow coming in that I get to say, I don't want this business anymore. I want this business. Everybody with me? Okay, that's freedom. Financial freedom is not about money. 3, the third thing the super successful do is they master income creation. I was asked this morning, I left my home at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was on a plane at 5. Okay, and a guy asked me, he's like, dude, why are you still cranking so hard? Because I don't have any money. I'm always broke. I reinvest all the money. Every time I get any money sitting in accounts, I take it and invest it in hard assets. Illiquid assets. Illiquid so that I cannot get that money. That's what keeps me motivated, folks. I get money, liquid money. If it's not used, what? It's useless. Take it and I buy a hard asset that produces income. I'm broke, I gotta go hustle again. Okay? The 4th thing to mastering income is this, and this is the holy grail of your business. If you want to grow your business, learn to follow up. Follow up. Follow up way more than you ever imagined follow up. I'm talking 12 follow-up calls or 25 follow-up calls. I'm talking calling somebody every month or even twice a month. Long after they weren't interested, you would keep following up. Do you have a good product? Do you have a product people need? Do you have a service people need? Do you have a good company? Then learn to follow up. Nobody taught you guys how to follow up. In fact, you were taught not to. What were you taught? Don't bother people. You don't want to bother anybody. Don't pester people, right or wrong. Okay? You don't want to nag people. You don't want to beg for the business. But what happens in most cases, people just don't, they look like they don't care because they don't follow. Think today when you leave here, hey, how do I grow my business 10 times? Not 1 or 2 times. How can I scale my business out so that I have, maybe you have 100 customers or 200 customers. How could I have 2,000 customers? You got 2,000, how could I have 20,000 customers? This is what the big companies do. You got 4 employees that you don't like? How could I have 40 employees and have somebody else handle the 40 that I don't like? Because what's happening right now is people are scaling down when they should be scaling up. You got people trying to be solopreneurs. How many of you got a small shop? It's just you and maybe a half a person. Anybody in the room? You can't survive like that.